Sure there are.
That last fish was right out about there. I let it sink all the way to the bottom. And lifted it up. Like that. See if there's another fish there.
That's cool.
Another bass.
Another largemouth.
The whole school of them.
Another largemouth.
Whole school of them right there in that one spot.
That was cool.
In that one spot.
That was cool.
Just threw it right out in that spot, and that's where he was. Big old bass. Big old bass, son. I can't remember. See, we got the spot lock on, so we're not moving.
Not
There's a
drifting
whole
with the
school
wind.
of fish right there. Once you find them, that's the beautiful thing about spot lock. We can just
Those
beautiful,
are
nice,
pretty fish
healthy
too.
bass. And
Unbelievable, good-looking fish up here. Those
what I
fish are a
did,
lot
I threw-
older
I threw right
than they
there.
are for that
I threw
size in
right
the south.
there. Let it sink down. Watch my line. Be a line watcher. Son, they were right there on that one spot.
Shook that grass off of there. I shook the grass off, the bass hit it. Power pole down.
Power pole down.
Will he reach? Power pole reach?
It's a bass.
Pretty nice bass too. Oh yeah, pretty nice bass.
See, you shook the grass off, and
Yeah.
he came along and hit
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I had
okay?
grass on it.
Oh, I just missed one.
I give a hard deal
I
and
just
shook that
missed
grass off, and I mean he ate it up.
I just missed
He
one.
about
Jimmy.
swallowed that.
I just missed
I
a bass.
changed. I quit getting bites, and so I went back to a willow leaf blade. I started with a willow leaf blade. Wasn't getting any bites. I went to a round
Okay, I just missed one.
and started catching them, and then I back to a willow leaf when the sun came out to get a little bit more flash over the top of that grass down there. And
I just missed one.
and I've caught 2 or 3 now on a willow leaf blade. So it's a changing game. That's one of the things that you got to really remember. You know, is that you got to keep adapting to everything all day long. You adapt to the wind, the water conditions, the weather conditions. You know, you just got to keep adapting.
So I took it down to the sports center and I won a little trophy, a little prize. That was one thing. But then I took it into my college professor and he cut the oglet inside.
Oh,
that's a bass. That's a bass, Jimmy.
I'm watching a video and you're catching a bass.
I'm catching a bass.
Whereabouts? Where do I need to throw?
Straight ahead.
Ooh, that's a big one
straight
too.
Ahead, straight ahead. That's
Right
it.
out there.
Yeah.
That's a
maybe
nice one. Man, that's a
maybe
good
that's-
bass. That might be
maybe that's where it
our biggest one.
That's a really good one.
That might be our
It's a really
biggest
good
one.
bass. We're out here just making long casts, fishing spinnerbaits, fishing chatterbaits.
And
Hey, look at this guy.
uploading YouTube videos at the same time.
Look at this.
We're multitasking. That is a pretty one.
That's a pretty.
I got
bass.
one too.
You got one?
Yep, I got one too.
What you got?
Oh, he
son?
come off. He come off. He come off. I think it's another bass. He wasn't very far out. Was that pretty close to the boat?
How big do you think it goes?
I'm going to just help
Think it
you
goes
light
4
there a little
pounds?
bit.
Okay, and just for the curiosity of it all,
You gonna weigh him?
I'm going to weigh it.
I bet he's 212.
I bet he'll go 3 pounds 4 ounces.
Wow. Let me hit
Come
this
back
back
right
on
here.
spot lock.
It weighs 3. Well, actually 299. 304. 304. 304.
right.
So we're kind of in between.
Eh.
You were saying,
No, you said 3.4, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah, I said 212. So you were right
I
on.
was pretty close.
So what that means, I've got a
Maybe
fish.
I'm not big.
I got a
eyed.
fish right here. I got a big pike.
What do you got?
Oh, he come off. Golly. Man, that was a big fish. I don't know what it was, but he was pulling like crazy. What that means is all of those fish, since I was like 20% below on my, or 10% anyway, below on my guess, all those fish that I've been catching all these years and I've been calling like 6 pounds, probably weighed 7. I mean, because I've been calling them too low. God, that was a good fish I just had right there. I don't know how he come off. I don't have a clue.
Right where I'm throwing now is where I just caught that big.
I've lost 2 in a row.
Oh, dude.
I moved the boat,
No. Oh, you moved the boat.
but I got on spot lock now.
It's not on spot lock. Okay.
We went down to Argentina duck hunting, and they took 2 flat bottom boats. We loaded up all our guns and decoys and everything, and they hooked 2 horses to the front of the aluminum boat, and took off out through this marsh. It's only about, you know, come up to the horse's belly,
Yeah.
and we pulled us back in the marsh like 2 or 3 miles.
Oh, really?
It's the original 2 horsepower Mercury. The original 2 horsepower Mercury. It was cool though. Everybody get in the boat and the horses just take off through the marsh, you know, and go back there 2 or 3 miles, and you'd set up and you'd be about waist deep, you know, when these ducks come piling in there.
I bet that's who that is.
I bet it is too. They probably got your straw hats too.
That's what I was telling you.
Look like they have your straw hats that you lost. Where'd y'all get those straw hats? Oh, you got him?
Yeah.
He's in the grass. Down in the grass, isn't he? I'm in the grass without
Bass.
a fish.
It's a bass.
That's a bass.
It's a bass.
You got down that grass.
Spot lock it.
I got down the grass without a
Spot
bass.
lock it. Spot lock it. Bass.
Yeah, you
You
got
know,
it.
that's the thing. You don't really know out here in this heavy grass areas. We don't know what we're going to catch.
Well,
I
it's
think
going
we
to
have
be
the 2 right lures. You know, I don't know who's caught the most.
it's going to be either
We've
a
both
bass,
caught a equal amount of fish, I'd say, and a lot of them are bass.
a lot
Quite
of
a
them
few
are pike.
We've probably caught more pike than we have bass. I don't know. We've caught a little bit of both.
Yeah, we probably have caught more pike.
Caught
But
a
we
few
caught
3
some
pound.
good quality pike too at times.
Good 3 pound bass. And a couple of, what, 5 or 6 pounds pike, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. We find a school and we power pole down, or we put the spot lock on the Ultrex and
You know,
fish a while.
that's
and
such
then
a
we,
big deal. People don't realize what we're doing when we talk about spot
Yeah.
lock. That trolling motor has a GPS function to it, and when you hit spot lock, it holds it. We're not drifting now.
right on that
We're
GPS
just
point.
in one spot, and it's called spot lock. And so once we catch a fish, we hit spot lock and cast around the area.
It's kind of a deep water power pole, and now we're in water where we can actually power pole down, and we're power pole down. But to give you an idea, we're moving around and we find some fish and we stop and we catch a few, and when we don't catch any more, we move on. Those guys right there have sat on that anchor for one spot, really all day long, haven't they, Roland?
Have they?
All morning in one spot. They just
But
throw
I'm sure
around,
these
throw
fish
around.
move around. They're
And,
just moving around the whole time.
I don't know. I
Get
missed
one?
another one right there. They're right behind the boat. Right behind the boat. I missed him again.
Really?
Probably a pike there. I missed that one twice.
Is that one? What do you got? Wacky worm?
Wacky worm.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
a
a
nice
bass.
one.
That's a
Nice
nice
fish.
bass.
Nice fish. I'll let it go.
That was right where you had the
yeah,
last strike.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the other one jumped
So
off.
that's a big deal. So a backup, you know, the backup plan is taking a Cinco or some kind of worm, and
I got a pow stick on here, Rick Wacky style.
That's a good bass too.
Good fish.
That's a better quality bass than
Yeah.
some of the other
Yeah.
fish. Yeah,
Oh
That's a nice
yeah, very nice.
really good.
You know, I put a wacky worm video up on YouTube the other day and talked about exactly how to rig this, Roland. And here's one of the critical things right here.
Yeah.
This little rubber O-ring
O-ring. Right.
that we put on here with an O-ring tool, and you put
Yeah.
the hook right down underneath that,
Sure.
and that way you don't lose so many worms.
Now I got
It's,
some black O-rings if you want
it's,
them, but you have a red O-ring.
Yeah, I don't know that it makes a lot of difference, but I kind of like that red
Well,
on
the
there.
ones,
You know,
the ones at Bass Pro Shop though were black.
they got both.
Oh,
They
they
got
do?
both, black
Okay.
and red. Yeah, they got both.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you can buy both.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. It feels like a pike. I don't know what it is. No, it's a bass.
Hey guys and gals, we're doing a Sunday afternoon chat early Monday morning because I'm up in the North Country in Minnesota. We're getting ready to go
Spot
fishing
lock.
at
You know, I don't
Hey,
know
guys
what's
and gals,
what's a
we're doing a
bass and
Sunday
what's a
afternoon-
pike. You've tried to figure it out.
Can't stop that
and
thing.
we just haven't been able to figure it out. The bass and the pike hit so similar,
You can't tell.
you really
Can't
can't tell.
You can't tell.
You really can't tell.
You know,
Okay, now see right out there. See
it-
if there's another one out there.
it's crazy. I mean, and I get in that grass. You got him? You got him.
It's a bass.
So that's a
That's a
bass.
bass.
Nice bass.
Big old bass.
Spot lock.
Big old bass. Look at the size of this one, son.
Yeah, that's a nice one there.
I think that's
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a good
bigger
one
ones.
there.
bigger bass.
I'm
On
gonna
top
throw-
of that grass. And you know, it's 10 or 12 feet deep here, and it's sunny. You'd think they'd be down deep. but actually, they're oh, I was going to land them and let them go.
So you let him go
Yeah,
before you
let him
landed him.
I let him go.
I was going to land him and let him go, so I let him go and
We have a
landed him.
net. I was just going to tell you, we have a net at the bottom of the boat. If this was a tournament, of course, we'd net these fish. But we're catching and releasing. You know, we just don't keep any bass, and even in a tournament, we keep them just for a temporary period. When was the last time you ate a bass, Jimmy?
Oh, well, we eat them, you know, because we have to keep some little ones for lake management.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so we do eat bass. Little ones, you know, under 14 inches.
Right.
If you're going to keep bass even out of any lake, a public lake or anywhere, you know, you're still better keeping the small ones, letting the big ones go. There's one.
Got one?
Yep.
What is it?
It's a bass.
What is it?
If it's a bass, it's a nice one.
Is it a bass?
I think it's a pike.
What is it? What is it?
I think it's a pike. If you say
It's a bass. Yeah, see that?
if you say pike, it's a bass.
It's a bass. Every time.
If you
Every
say
time.
pike, it turns into a bass. A nice
Huh?
bass too.
It's a nice bass. Nice
Yeah.
big fat bass.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Oh yeah, that's one of the better ones right there, man. That's a
Nice fat one, son.
I think that's about the best one I've caught right there. That's a good one. 3 pounds 4 ounces.
Close. Yeah. I'd say.
I would have said 212, but I saw a guy weigh one time, and I thought it was 212, and it weighed 3.4. You can't tell by the strike what it is.
I'm telling you, we missed them all.
And after I hooked
We
him,
just
he
don't
was
know.
pulling like crazy, like a banshee. Did you
And
see
we're
him?
doing the exact same thing, cast
Yeah.
after cast,
Yeah.
catching pike and bass, and
Yeah.
not knowing which is which.
Exact same spots. Because when we catch one, we try to pepper that area because there's usually 1 or 2 more in that same little piece of grass, and try to get them to strike also. There might be 20 or 30 there, you don't know. Maybe all of them won't want to bite. I'm thinking with that sun, since it's come out, that you got to kind of hit them right on the head to get them to bite. That had that bait down pretty deep though, didn't he? I mean, he ate it.
See, I wonder how deep are you? How deep is that spinnerbait getting?
Well, probably 5 feet.
5 feet, and the water's 12 feet.
Yeah, probably
So
5.
they're just seeing it. I don't know how deep they are. I don't know. I'm gonna try some over this way, a little bit deeper.
No, it's a
Good,
fish. I thought it was grass. It must
What
be
is
a
it,
bass.
bass?
It's a bass.
Oh yeah.
Nice bass. Spot lock.
How deep was he?
He's only about 3.5 feet.
Really?
Yeah. That's a good one too.
Good bass.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, buddy, just barely hooked. Man, look at the belly on that booger, will you? That fish is a lot older than you think. If that fish lived in southern Oklahoma as old as he is, he would probably be 5 pounds instead of probably right in the.
We're at the big grass right now. This was all open water just to the left, and now this is
And
all
we're right,
grass.
yeah, right to the grass.
Yeah, right here. Right where the grass.
I thought it felt like it hit the grass. It was such a subtle strike. And I jerked to get it out of the grass, and it jerked back. Whoa. You gonna take it? There's a fish.
Big one?
That's a bass. Yeah, that's a good
Bass
bass.
or pike? What is it?
It's a bass.
Huh?
It's a good bass, man.
It's a bass.
Tell the way he bit.
It's a bass.
It's a
Tell
good-
the way they bit.
It's a
Jimmy
pike.
says it's a bass.
It's a pike.
Jimmy says it's a bass.
I changed my mind. It's not even a fish. It got away. It was a bass.
I got a bass. I got a bass. Look at that. How that?
You do have a bass. Hit the spot lock. That's 2 of them right there.
I got a bass. But you know, we're not guessing them that good. We're lucky enough.
But you know, we went about 30 minutes without a bite. Oh, doggone it.
We're not guessing.
How
very
did that
good.
get off of there? I lost
Okay,
my blade.
spot lock it. See the boat's swinging around.
I lost
See
my
if there's another
blade.
one right here. But Jimmy,
We both
I'd
had
say
coats
for
on.
good spinnerbait fishing, wouldn't you agree that overcast is better than a sunny day?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
And that's what I feel here.
The only
and when
time
the sun, see, we're in 12 and 13 feet of water, and the grass comes up halfway to the top.
Oh yeah.
So they're suspended out here. There's one.
The only time that might not be true, Roland, is in February when you start having really warm days, you know, and a sunny, bright day.
Okay.
It warms the water up in February in a lot of places in the south. You might be better off with the sun shining. But even then, if you have a little wind, it'd be better. Get where that wind's blowing in on a south shoreline.
Now, and let me ask you this,
shoreline.
Jimmy. Do you like a calm day versus a windy day?
Windy.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Make the wind your friend.
Not real windy, but
Yeah,
some wind.
yeah.
And the reason is, folks, bass seek an ambush point. They like a predator, and it could be a pile of grass, it could be a stump, it could be a tree, and as the wind blows, the water moves. There's actually movement to the water.
Yep.
So those fish are going to position themselves like a trout behind a rock, or like a bass behind a stump, or like a pike behind one of these big piles of grass.
A mugger in a dark alley in New York City.
So the wind
Jump out and grab something.
positions the fish. It positions them onto the structure.
Yep, didn't take long either, did it? Ooh, nice bass.
Too.
Nice bass. Nice bass.
Nice bass. As soon as we've hit the right kind of grass, we were looking at this depth finder. We saw the right kind of grass
Just as
come
soon
up.
as we talked about it, just as soon as
There's
the
the
kind of
right
grass
kind of
there,
grass. There's the right kind
roll
of grass.
roll and get one.
And that's the whole deal. So you're watching your electronics and looking at the right kind of structure and grass.
Pay attention to what's going on. You notice Roland hit the spot lock right off the bat too.
Hey,
guys
we
and
have
girls.
pump, son.
Roland, appreciate
Hey,
it, buddy. It's another good day out here.
This is a YouTube special, son. You two top YouTubers. Now, Jimmy's just starting his YouTube really going good, and you're really getting the momentum going.
We're gaining.
So you need to subscribe to Jimmy's channel. It's a big deal.
And Roland's channel is about 60 some odd thousand now. It's growing big every day. He's a lot of how-to, a lot of instruction. He'll make you a better bass fisherman. So be sure and go in there, subscribe to Roland's, hit that notification bell so you will not miss a single video. I'm going to be giving away some Jimmy Houston Solar Bat sunglasses in a video in the next, I don't know, next 2 or 3 videos. I'm not sure when. Roland, I might even talk you into giving something away to some of your people.
Let me tell you, we're old guys. We've been around a long time. Hey, but we can teach you a thing or two. I'm telling you, we can. I mean, we know a little bit about fishing. We really do.
He's taught me more than he can ever imagine.
So anyway,
Later, guys and girls.
YouTubers delight.